Anytime you play a song, there are lots of different facets of the music to think about and to get right. Some of those facets are mechanical, like what note do I play next and how long do I hold it? And some of those facets are expressive, different techniques you can use to weave each tone into the emotional fabric of the song. One really effective tool for expression is that of dynamics. And this is true, by the way, for classical or pop arrangements on the piano, driving lead or laid-back fingerstyle on the guitar. And for any next step musician, this is certainly one of the first things you'll want to examine about your own music. How expressive is it? How emotional or dynamic is it? Improve your command of dynamics, and you'll greatly improve how your music is perceived. The improvement is exponential. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean, a lot. The first and most common way to think about dynamics is as soft and loud. Now, in order to hear one in the music, you need to hear the other. If, for instance, you play your whole song softly, it won't be perceived as especially soft. Your volume will be pretty much ignored. Same thing if all you play is loud. Aside from how much pain you actually cause the listener, your loud playing just becomes normal, average, unremarkable. On the other hand, if you're playing a quiet song that has a loud section, then the softs will sound soft in contrast, and vice versa with a loud song. Throw in a soft verse or a bridge, or even a phrase. You'll be amazed at how much more depth your music takes on. Now, dynamics aren't just soft and loud. In fact, it's more of a spectrum. In written music, we'll often find indicators called dynamic markings, intended to help us play each passage more closely to what the composer intended. We'll see a fat, bold F, meaning forte, when we should play loud, and P, meaning piano, when we should play soft. Putting an M in front means moderately or medium, so MF means kind of loud, MP means kind of soft. Multiples of the same marking tell us to double down and become more extreme. Here's a list of dynamic levels to give you an idea of exactly what I'm talking about. On the left, you'll see the historical Italian word and symbol, and in the center, you'll see the meaning. On the right, you'll see a scale from 1 to 10 to indicate relative volume levels. These numeric terms may be more helpful to self-taught musicians or when playing in groups where classical training is minimal. It's a pretty straightforward idea when you think of dynamics like this, and when the listener can hear the contrast between the softs and louds and everything in between, the music will become more three-dimensional. Now let me take this idea a little bit further. Here's the masterclass part. Historical dynamic markings tell us not only how loud or soft to play, but something of the mood behind the marking. Piano doesn't just mean soft, it means gentle. Forte doesn't mean just loud, it means strong. And you still modify each with mezzo or by multiplying the marking. Not an exact science by any means. It's not a sound pressure reading or decibel level we're talking about. That scale from 1 to 10 kind of mimics the dynamic markings in written music, but it doesn't convey the whole meaning. And as we play, it's most effective to go deeper. When you're using dynamics to convey the emotion of the music to the listener, often you'll need to go a little overboard to make sure that they don't miss it. I used to have a band conductor who would complain that my trumpet section wasn't playing a certain dynamic level that the music called for. We would, of course, defend ourselves, saying, "But we played it!" To which he would reply, "Hey, if I didn't hear it, you didn't play it." And there's a lot of truth in that statement. If the listener isn't aware of your dynamic changes, you're not really making them. Well, at least not at the level of the listener's ability to hear. So go a little overboard with your dynamic changes. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about a song being too expressive. Here's a really good way to practice dynamic control. To start with, we're going to contrast piano, mezzo forte, and forte. Choose a measure or a phrase in your song and play it softly, piano, gently like this. Now add a little energy and play it just kind of soft, mezzo piano. Now add even more energy to the phrase and bring it up to a mezzo forte. Now even more to a forte, playing it strong. How loud or strong did you end up? Now go the other way. First, play the same phrase forte. Then mezzo forte. Now mezzo piano. Now piano. Piano. Really soft. How quietly and gently are you playing now? When you've got those 4 levels of intensity under your belt, then add a dynamic level on each end. Go from PP, which is pianissimo, really soft, all the way up to FF, or fortissimo, really loud. Now you're striving to play at 6 defined levels, not just 4. Spend some time doing this, and everything you play will benefit. Another step in going deeper with your dynamics is to listen to your favorite artists and decide how much they use dynamics. You may find their dynamics is one of the main reasons you like their songs so much. And as you're doing that, here are some examples that I really like of music and artists that really use dynamics well and effectively. Check out In the Hall of the Mountain King by Grieg. Or listen to Somewhere Over the Rainbow, sung by Eva Cassidy. Great stuff. Or for you classic rockers, why do you think Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven takes you on such an emotional journey? Contrast the beginning and the end with the middle. Dynamics make music 3-dimensional, enticing, engaging. Contrast listening to a song on your phone's built-in speaker versus a good set of headphones. The more you play or sing using contrasting dynamics, the more your music will come alive, jumping off the page or reaching out from the screen to surround and envelop the listener. I hope this video provides another tool for you in your musical toolbox, or maybe enhances one you've already been using. Just one more way for you to forge ahead as a next step musician. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.